Hi, my name is Paige. I'm a master trainer here at Elleebana HQ Australia. I want to talk to you about how to incorporate our ReGEN third step into your treatments. So what makes ReGEN so special and sets it apart from other step 3s in the industry? So with ReGEN, the beauty of it is that you can combine it into other parts of your treatment. ReGEN can be used as a standalone treatment in salon as well. You can also combine it with your step 2 when you're doing your lash lifting and lamination treatments. You can also combine it with your tinting treatment as well. So ReGEN really does save you time and gives you options in salon and sets it aside from other step 3s in the industry. So ReGEN is our plant-based alternative to keratin treatments. It has a blend of peptides and amino acids, which helps to strengthen, lengthen and volumize the lash and brow hairs. Clinical trials have proven that our ReGEN product strengthens lash and brow hairs by 21% and elasticizes them by 18% after a chemical treatment. I'm going to show you 4 different ways to incorporate ReGEN into your treatments. Today we're going to start with our express method of tinting. I'm going to show you how to mix and blend our ReGEN into the tint. First I'm going to use my Elleeplex Profusion black tint and I'm going to dispense a pea-size amount into my Ellie palette. I am then going to mix equal parts of our Elleeplex oxidant at 2%. Give it a really nice shake to begin with, blend the product, and equal parts of the Elleeplex oxidant. Then I'm going to add in my ReGEN. Now what we want to do is add 1/8 of the product of ReGEN to our tint mix ratio. So just a really small amount. So we have the correct ratio to mix for our tint prior to application. Mix and blend the tint together with the oxidant and the ReGEN to a really nice creamy consistency for easy application. Once you've mixed your tint to a creamy consistency, it's ready for application. The processing time of application is 5 minutes for your ReGEN and tint. Once the processing time has concluded, you can remove any excess tint and do a lash bath to make sure that you remove all tint in its entirety. Then of course we would dry the lashes and we would make sure that they were nice and clean and free of any tint. Next up, we've got our 3-in-1 method with the ReGEN. We're going to mix our tint, ReGEN and our setting lotion together. So what I'm going to do is start with dispersing my Elleeplex Profusion tint, so a pea size into my Ellie palette. So after I've dispersed my pea-size Elleeplex Profusion tint into my Ellie palette, what I want to do is I want to add my setting lotion. So we're combining that second step of the lift. So I'm just going to cut the corner. Beautiful. And I'm going to disperse that into my Ellie palette as well. I'm going to also place a pea size of our Elleeplex ReGEN into the Ellie palette. For this particular method, we don't need to apply our oxidant because within the setting lotion we have the same active ingredient, which is our hydrogen peroxide. Now I've dispersed all the product there into my Ellie palette, so I'm going to give that a really good blend together so it's nice and creamy and ready for application with ease. So once you've mixed all of the product together to that creamy texture, ready for application, once you apply, make sure it's applied to all the lashes thoroughly. So what you want to do is make sure that you're processing to your correct time frames and you're also doing your set checks in between to make sure that your lashes are ready. Once you've done your set checks and you're removing the lotion, you will do it in exactly the same manner. You want to remove the lotion with a dry cotton tip, have a lash bath and remove all the product in its entirety. If you want to tint your lower lash line, you will need to remix your ReGEN, tint and oxidant to apply to the lower lash line to get the same bold colour as your upper lash line. This method doesn't always give you the best depth of colour, so we always recommend that you would tint separately. But if you are in a rush and you need that express treatment, this could be a great method to introduce. The next method I would like to show you is the standalone method of ReGEN and how we can apply it as a standalone product to the lashes. So what we would like to do, get our nice little Ellie palette out, which controls the service product for us. Also our Elleeplex ReGEN, and we're just going to disperse some product into the number 3 on the palette. So we want enough product for the individual and their lashes. Just going to disperse probably about a pea size. That should be enough product to apply to the upper lash line. Just going to place my Elleeplex there. Then of course I want to apply it with my applicator brush. The whole idea is that we're using this as a standalone product, and we can apply to the upper lash line by applying as close as we possibly can, very much like our lotion 1 and lotion 2. We're going to apply 1 mil above the waterline and apply the product to all the lashes. We're going to leave the product on for 3 to 5 minutes and then remove nice and gently in its entirety. Then of course we are going to finish off with a lash bath and make sure that our lashes are nice and conditioned. Next method, number 4, would be if our client didn't require to have a tint. So we can utilize our ReGEN with our setting lotion, which is our lotion 2, and we can mix and blend them together for our step 2. Once again, this is time saving. It's really important that we don't overuse the ReGEN within the setting lotion, as this could dilute the setting lotion and affect the results of our lift. So what we're going to do is open up our Elleeplex Profusion sachet. So now we're going to disperse our Elleeplex Profusion into our Ellie palette, into the number 2. And we're working on 8 parts setting lotion. And we're going to put our 1/8 of our Elleeplex ReGEN into the setting lotion. As I said before, we need to make sure that we are using the correct amount of Elleeplex ReGEN, so we're not diluting our setting lotion. We're going to mix and blend that together, and of course we're going to apply in the correct manner as if we would be doing our step 2 with our lash lift. Then of course we're going to remove in exactly the same manner. So we want to make sure that we're processing for the correct amount of time to the lash texture, and we're going to remove that with a dry cotton tip. Then we are going to do a lash bath and proceed as normal. If we were doing a brow lamination, we would apply and remove in exactly the same manner with a dry cotton tip and a wet cotton tip and cotton round to make sure that all the product is removed from the brow area. So there you have our 4 methods of application with the world's most innovative Step 3 product, ReGEN. For more tips and tricks and information, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or head over to our Instagram or Facebook page. If you have any questions, please DM us and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.